Hi, my name is Jamal Robinson and I'm a Cloud Solutions Architect. Today I want to show you a high-level overview of how to connect to a VMware-based cloud and Softlayer from a workstation located on-premise in a customer's data center for the purpose of consuming Bluemix services. In the hybrid cloud scenario shown, we have a customer data center connected to Softlayer through a secure, private, high-bandwidth direct link. In Softlayer, we have a cluster of VMware hypervisors running virtual machines that are connected to a dedicated Bluemix offering and other cloud infrastructure. In this scenario, the admin can connect to Softlayer VMware Cloud and launch a development VM that has all the necessary pre-installed tools for the developer to connect to the dedicated IBM Bluemix host in Softlayer over the internal network, ensuring secure communications over a non-public interface. The developer will then have access to all the dedicated Bluemix services to utilize for testing and creation of applications. We will finish this demo by showing you how the developer accesses Bluemix through the command line interface or web browser on the provided VM. We'll even demo a sample application that the developer can create with the Bluemix services. To get the VM up and running, the cloud admin will need to log into Softlayer to get the credentials needed to access the VMware host so they can launch the VM with the developer-based VM image. To start, the cloud admin will first need to log into the Softlayer console. We then go to our list of devices. For purposes of this demonstration, the VMware admin would have already went through Softlayer and ordered the hypervisor, which represents silver.vmwarecloud.com. Now they're logging in to get the username and password. I see the configuration for the VMware hypervisor that I've launched in Softlayer, but I want to navigate to the password tab. I have two accounts that I can use to access. I'm going to use the root account. If I click here, it'll give me the information, and I'll make a copy of that. Also want to note the public IP and the private IP address. This isn't something that the VMware admin will need to do every time, but I just want to show you where these credentials live when you utilize the Softlayer catalog to auto-deploy a VMware host that is auto-configured and licensed. I now launch my VMware vSphere client. I'm going to utilize the private IP and the username and password I just got from the Softlayer console and click Login. I've now successfully logged into the host, and now interfacing with the host in Softlayer is just like any other VMware host on any other cloud. So I'm going to go ahead and launch another VM using the wizard. On this last step though, I want to click Edit the Virtual Machine Settings before completion. I'll then choose to use my ISO of pre-configured development Linux image. This image will already have all the Bluemix services that my developers will need to use. After clicking Finish, I now come to the VM and power it on. We'll let this VM power on, and after it's powered on successfully, we'll reach out to the developer, giving them the IP address, a username and password in order to be able to log into it. The developer has now been given access to a VM in Softlayer from the admin with credentials and username and password. In this case, the developer has been given access to a Linux image, so he's going to SSH into that machine and then test the command line tools. For this demo, we'll run through the command line tools first just to make sure that everything was installed correctly, but then we'll go through the web interface. So I'll start by typing in Bluemix, and I can see the Bluemix command line tool has been successfully installed. I'll then type in Cloud Foundry, and I can see also the Cloud Foundry command line tool has been installed successfully too. So I'll now proceed to log in. enter my password, and now I've successfully authenticated with Bluemix. Just to verify, I'll do Bluemix list, and this will give me a list of the current services and applications that I have running, along with any containers and VMs. Now that we've successfully verified the command line tools, let's check out the web console. From the same workstation, the developer can access the web console, assuming you have a desktop environment installed. They'll log into Bluemix, where in this case, I've already logged in and it has remembered my credentials. And then I have the same services available to me that I would through the command line. A quick overview of some of these services can be found under the Catalog tab. You have boilerplates, programming runtimes, Docker containers, Watson APIs, mobile apps and services, DevOps, the list goes on. I'll now navigate back to the dashboard and demo an application that a developer can make from Bluemix utilizing Watson APIs and Node.js in Box. The application shows on my dashboard and is called JR Box Watson Speech Analysis. Before I demo this, I want to give a shout out to Jeff Sloyer, a developer advocate for Bluemix, who introduced me to this application. He has a lot of videos and walkthroughs on his YouTube channel showing users step-by-step instructions on how to deploy a Bluemix application. This app is a Node.js app that accesses Watson's APIs through HTTPS and REST. What happens is you give Watson access to the text file stored in your Box folder, and Watson does some speech analytics on your content. Let me quickly demo that. The application has a splash page requesting that I sign in with Box. I give my credentials and grant access. And then Watson analyzes all the text files that I have in my Box directory. In this case, I only have one, the 2016 Presidential State of the Union speech. Watson does some analytics on the person speaking, in this case the President of the United States. We can learn more details by clicking on the full personality graph. This takes the content of the speech and breaks it down into categories. At this point, your business and data analysts can make whatever conclusions they need to from the information Watson has provided. In conclusion, we've just walked through a hybrid cloud deployment and how an admin can provide infrastructure as a service on Softlayer to a developer that can then utilize that infrastructure to develop and deploy applications using Bluemix's Cloud Foundry, Platform as a Service, and IBM Watson APIs. Hope this video has been helpful for you, and thanks for your time.